joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like them renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks but never getting paid riches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without. Bitch, one strike, you out. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. See, that's the difference, nigga. The pimpin' mashing for these riches, nigga. Nothing like you master magician, niggas. Smoking mirrors with your game, hella extras to reflect the opposite appearance of a lame. Bitches coming from y'all, I can't rock with those. Tender-footed and rooted in them doctor shows. Soft shoe rituals, minute residuals. Papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earned route and working with turnouts is murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scarred bitch, that's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless, empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with pimpathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced in permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard I make a trapping ass bad bitch wanna hold hard. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Come on, pimpin', man, pop that shit. Show these sucker niggas they can't stop that shit. Let these hookers know if they wanna cop that shit. Treat the bag like it's hot, bitch, and drop that shit. And to you hoes, if you ever took a loss, bitch, show these bitches how to bounce back like a boss, bitch. Let them know that the best way to floss, bitch, is reach that paper to some pimpin' hoe and toss it. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, this that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for appreciate her, but don't praise her, man. Yeah, what's happening with y'all, man? Top of it to everybody. Blessings to everybody. Hopefully everybody having a peaceful and progressive weekend. Y'all already know, man. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button. Mr. PT Glow, I see you coming through right away, kicking the dough down with the capital 16. Good looking, longevity and prosperity, indeed. Yes, sir. Okay, Miss Keita in the house. I see you. Sylvia, what's happening? Noah, I see you. Jamal, RC, Do Out the Don, the works. I see y'all. Okay, Peaceful Pulley. What's happening with y'all, man? Ayo. Yeah. Let's get into this game, man. But y'all already know, man. First order of business for a pimp. Got to put some of this good old love juice in my body. This H to the Izzo, man. Yes, sir, got to stay hydrated. It's going to love me even when I don't love it. Even though I always love it. But even at times when you might not love it, it's going to love you. You dig? Tyler, once again, good looking with the $2 holla, man. Blessings, hit that like button. Yes, indeed. Hydrate myself one time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to make this video, man, because it's just so much it's so much simping going on, man. It's a lot of simping going on. Peaceful Pulley, good looking with the $5 holla. Blessings to you, P. Got this good Fiji. You dig? Yeah, Fiji gang, man. We up in here. Fiji need to cut myself a check. And they need to cut Sinful to P a posthumous check. You dig? Because he done got a lot of people drinking it. And I know I got a lot of people drinking it. So yeah, man, they need to cut us a check, man. But Ant, what's up with you, man? I see you. But yeah, man, it's a lot of simping going on, man. And you know, it's like one or two extremes going on. You know, on one end, you got cats displaying certain behaviors and encouraging certain activities to just praise the chick, make the chick your god, worship the ground she walk on. You know, and then you got on the extreme opposite end of the spectrum, cats that just don't have no appreciation for the chick at all. You know what I mean? Just don't treat the chick no good at all. You know, so we had to do this one, man, to chop this game up and separate game from lane and give some understanding on this topic, man, because a lot of people just don't understand the difference, man. See, like I said, there's a difference between appreciating a chick and praising a chick. You know, now it's a lot of praising going on, man. See, the thing is, you got to maintain your balls, man. You know, see, when you maintain your balls and you showing appreciation with the chick, that's the balls keep you balanced. You know what I mean? It's like the balls is your anchor. The balls gonna keep you well grounded, man. But when you give up your balls, you know, you ain't gonna have no anchor, so you might start drifting away. You know what I mean? Them balls gonna keep you nice and well anchored. You know, the balls gonna keep you from simping. You know, your balls is gonna maintain order in your life. That's why you got to maintain your balls. If you lose your balls, you lose order. If you lose your balls, you lose appreciation for yourself. And guess what? When you lose appreciation for yourself, the chick ain't gonna appreciate you, man. You know, and there's so many different things that people with a voice, say and do that encourage simp activity. A lot of people with powerful influences encourage simp activities and don't even know it, man. You know, all these dudes, these Me Too guys, you know, encouraging a whole lot of the simp activities, the praise and worship service, as Sinful the P would say, for these chicks, right? Like, prime example. Here we are looking at Diddy, at Puffy. I don't like to call him Diddy. I like to call him Puffy. You know, but here we are looking at Puffy going through all this stuff, right? And because we not involved in the situation, we don't know what's actually true and we don't know what's false. But one thing that we do know, those of us with some game that can separate game from lame, is that it's a whole lot of simping going on. You know, you got people like Gene Deal, Mark Curry, and then just a whole bunch of other guys, right? But those is like a couple of the main two that's just on a Puff bash wagon. They're on a Puff bash train, right? And you know, along with it, it's like they speak on it in such a way like the chick can do no wrong. They speak on it in a way like Cassie could have done no wrong in her relationship with Puffy, you know, or they even go back to, you know, Kim Porter, rest in peace. They go back to them situations and talk about that as though she could have did no wrong, and Puff is just like, you know, just a monster. And you know, in relationships, it don't just always work like that. You know, and then that's another problem a lot of these simp ass dudes got, and just a lot of suckers, period, right? When they dislike somebody, they can't keep it real about that somebody that they dislike. You know, it ain't too many people that you gonna find that's able to do that, right? You know, like myself. If I dislike somebody, I can still keep it real about them. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't gonna say no names, you know, because I don't want to throw alarm clocks in the graveyard. But, you know, there's certain husbands out here that I really don't care for, right? Y'all know the husbands that I don't like, you know what I mean? Shout out to the cool husbands, man. But it's certain husbands that's active in this game that a pimp don't care for, really, right? But I can still keep it real about, you know, these husbands that a pimp don't like, man. You know, I can keep it real about good qualities that certain husbands in the game got. Good characteristics, good deeds that certain husbands done did in the name of the game, right? Even though they active husbands in the game, they still done committed some good acts in the name of the game, right? So, you know, I can keep it 100, but everybody don't have that ability, right? And a big part of the reason why certain cats don't have that ability when they speaking on people's relationships is because of that simping. You know, some of these dudes is, you know, they like their mama in a lot of ways, and they not like their daddy in zero ways. You dig? But I'm appreciative of the fact that I had both my mother and my father active in my life growing up, and you know, the things that they both taught me, right? And one thing that my mom's always taught me, and I've said this before, right? But my mom's always taught me that if a female puts herself in the position of a man, then she deserves to get treated like one. You know what I mean? Like, basically, you know, it's a such thing as a chick being wrong. It's a such thing as a chick making a mistake. You know, and because it's a such thing as a chick being wrong and a such thing as a chick being able to make a mistake, you know, just like a man or anybody else, they got to be held accountable. Once again, like Sinful the People say, man, hold that bitch accountable, man. It ain't going to kill you. You know? But certain cats just, it's bad enough. A lot of women don't want to hold themselves accountable. It's even worse you put a lot of yeast on the situation and blow it up bigger than what it need to be when the guys don't want to hold the chicks accountable as well. You know, these dudes don't want to hold her accountable and she don't want to hold herself accountable, you know, and at the same time, this chick, just imagine that. This is a lot of what's going on. You know, see, I'm holding the mirror up to a lot of cats right now because a lot of cats don't be looking in the mirror, so they don't understand what they doing, man. But, you know, it's probably somebody in the house tonight that I'm holding the mirror up to, right? But if you look in the mirror, a lot of you dudes, right, what you gonna see is a movie where you not holding the chick accountable, she not holding herself accountable at all. But on that same token, she's holding you accountable for things that's not only your responsibility, but things that's beyond your responsibility and beyond your control. She's still gonna hold you accountable, and you gonna hold yourself accountable as well. You know what I mean? You holding everything on your back. You holding her mistakes on your back as well as your own mistakes. You know? So in that case, you got her feeling like she can't do no wrong. You know? And also what you don't understand is when you guys do this, you create monsters. You create monsters. When you don't hold that chick accountable, you're essentially creating a monster. You know, that's why you got so much reckless stuff going on, right? That's why you got all this Me Too stuff going on and so many chicks weaponizing the law like we talked about not too long ago. That's a big part of the reason why chicks be weaponizing the law against people, because it's no accountability. See, when you got accountability for the things that you do, right, you're not gonna do stuff like weaponize the law against people, right? Like me, for instance, I would never weaponize the law against somebody. I would never try to use the law against somebody in order to have my way, to take advantage of a person, take advantage of a situation or anything like that. You know, because especially if it's a situation like where I'm at fault for something, equally at fault for something as the other party involved, but I'm not holding myself accountable, and to wiggle and squirm my way out of the accountability, I'm using the law. You know, that's what a lot of these chicks be doing, you know, and cats just act like, you know, especially because it's so many people that don't have their own mind, right? And because people don't have their own mind, the first story that's put in your face, you just take it and run with it. And I hate to say it, but you know, it's a lot of us. It's a lot of brothers that's like that. You know, the females is kind of expected, right? The females is going to be sympathetic when a chick is the first one with the story. She putting the story out like, oh, such and such abused me, such and such harassed me, such and such mistreated me this way, that way, or the third. You know, it's expected for the females to jump on and be like, oh, I feel you, girl. That's right. Niggas ain't shit. You know, that's expected. But when these dudes is doing it at such an alarming rate, you know, that's when it's a problem. Just think about it from a realistic standpoint. All these people that's getting torn down and getting stripped of their fortunes, the things that they've built, you know, people like R. Kelly, people like Bill Cosby, and now Puffy, you know, you mean to tell me that all these chicks that's accusing these guys of doing things, none of them did anything wrong? All of them is just angels? All of them is princesses? They just ain't none of them at fault. That don't even make sense. That's like rolling the dice and you just hitting 7 and 11 every time. It's no such thing. It's not going to happen. You're going to crap out sometimes. And just like you're going to crap out sometimes them chicks need to be held accountable. It's not to say that the dudes ain't did no wrong and that they can't do any wrong, But it is to say that, hey man, sometimes them chicks be doing wrong and it's possible for them to do wrong. You know? So that's just on a scale of, you know, as far as people with strong influences that influence people to be a certain type of way, right? So people that's influenced by these types of things, hey man, it's reflecting in their relationships. You know, the type of guys that see Puffy going through what he going through and don't even try to scrutinize anything, don't fact check anything, but hurry up and run to the internet and want to talk about it in favor of the chick and against Puffy, you know, and don't know anybody that's involved in the situation. Them type of guys that do that, to just speak bad on somebody, those is the same ones that's a doormat for the bitch in their relationship. You know? Just a straight doormat. Baby can't do no wrong. She ain't never wrong. Ain't no such thing as her being wrong. Hey man, y'all mean to tell me it's 134 of y'all up in here and only 85 of y'all done wiped your feet off at the door? Come on, man. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button while I put some love in my body right quick. Like button ain't gonna kill you, man. So, you know, it's a lot of people, right? A lot of guys that partake in simp-like behavior, simp-like activities that don't even realize that what they doing is simp-like behavior, right? They don't even understand it. Like, especially in the game, man. Let's talk about this game for a minute, man, and how a lot of these dudes be accepting disrespectful type behavior. Or not even necessarily disrespectful type behavior, but, you know, allowing the chick to control and dictate your movements and activities, man. Hey, listen, let me tell you one of the biggest simp-like behaviors going on in the game right now, man. Hey, listen, if you're one of them type of dudes that the chick could call you and be like, "Daddy, come over here right now. This nigga sweating me. He won't leave me alone." And then you run over there. You know what I mean? It's like she put the bat signal up in the air and you show up like Batman. That's simp-like behavior, man. Because it's like you taking the pressure all the way off the chick. You putting the pressure all the way on yourself, and then you trying to put the pressure also on whatever pimping that she calling you about. You know? And a big part of this is because you ain't got no business in the game, man. You know? And you really should find something else to do. But nonetheless, pimp got to call a spade, and we got to speak on this. We got to put this out there. You know what I mean? Because hopefully it'll make you suckers feel some type of way about doing sucker type shit. You know what I mean? That's just like a partner of mine just last night, you know, because he know I'm from LA. He called me and asked me if I know a certain somebody, right? And he like, "Yeah, you know such and such from LA." I say, "Nah." I said, "He a young dude?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, most likely I probably don't know him if he a young cat. Even though I know some of the young cats from LA, but I don't know a lot of them, right?" But he like, "Yeah, man, you know, I just knocked him for the broad and called to serve him. You know, the broad done handed me some money. You know, we on FaceTime, so he showed me the little loaf that she done handed him, and it was a cool loaf, you know what I mean? She done handed him a cool loaf of bread. And so he called dude. Dude get to gang banging on him and talking about it's impossible for him to get knocked. And he explaining to the dude that, you know, she handed the trap over to him, and he like, "Nah, ain't no way, that's impossible. You know, can't nobody knock me. I ain't accepting no news." And then got the gang banging on them and cuz when I see you, I'ma kill you and all this old type of shit, right? But the crazy part about it is, see, it's a different breed of dudes in the game now, right? It used to be a time where it was dudes around that had bras that was gangbangers, but they didn't try to claim like they was pimping at the same time, right? They'll let you know like, I ain't no pimp, I'm a crip, or I ain't no pimp, I'm a blood, I ain't no pimp, I'm a pyru, whatever, you know what I mean? And, you know, they'll get to banging on you, but they won't try to pop pimping at the same time. Now these dudes will tell you on the set, nigga, when I see you, I'ma kill you. But at the same time, like, I'm really some pimping though. I'm really pimping. But then they get to gang banging on you and all this old type of shit, man. You know? And again, it's a type of situation where it's like, you know, we've had situations like this that happen in real life where a dude will show up and cause harm or even take a pimp's life behind a bitch, you know? And it's like, how come the bitch can't be accountable in the situation? You know? How come the bitch can't do, it's like she can do no wrong in the situation. You know, you want to bodyguard the bitch, you want to play Kevin Costner and all that. And if she want to go, let her go. But it's just, you know, in some of these simps' eyes, it's just impossible for her to do something like that, you know? And then when she do, he want to kill her, he want to kill the pimp, and then he might kill himself at the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. You know, it's just so many different type of simp type scenarios, right? But if you one of them type of dudes in the game that the chick can call you whenever she feel like it and tell you to come do something or come address this guy, this sweating her, this doing his job, and then you don't question nothing, you just show up on the scene again like Batman, you know, ready to crash out with the pimping behind what this chick said, don't even want to hear pimping side of the story. You just want to get on some gangster time with him. Yeah, man, that's simp shit. And it's a lot of y'all that's guilty of that shit, man. I've experienced it myself. And it's a lot of cats that's real in the game that done experienced it yourself. And then the crazy part about it, a lot of y'all simps done experienced it yourself. That's the crazy part. Y'all be the ones, you know, you want to kill the pimping behind sweating your broad, but you gonna sweat somebody else's broad 10 times and your broad 10 times harder than your broad ever been sweated. But yeah, man, I say all that to say, if you playing Kevin Costner to the broad and you ain't even trying to understand pimping side of the story, man, that's simp shit. You probably don't want to admit it. You probably ain't never been told that, you know, and you probably feel like you the most dangerous person on the world, so nobody could tell you anything, man. But hey, Freeze told you, man, that's simp shit. You know? Because what you got to understand, man, a chick that's doing that, she don't care nothing about you. A chick that's telling you like, yeah, daddy, come over here and say something to this dude, or come over here and do something to this dude. Hey, man, it's so many cold scenarios that done took place because, listen, this how you know you's a sucker, right? This how you know the bitch even know you a sucker. Even she knows you a sucker, right? See, listen, you got scenarios where, let me paint a picture for you. Chick down on the blade, right? She doing whatever she do, right? Pimp and roll up. He pop peas at her, right? And he being smooth. He ain't being disrespectful. He's not talking to her while she's talking to a trick. He ain't getting out the car chasing her down. He not saying anything disrespectful to her. He just doing some smooth classic pimping, right? Popping it at her. But because she don't have no understanding of the game, and she think that she's exempt from a pimp trying to attempt to have her, for some reason, can't nobody say nothing to her. Nobody better not say nothing to her. This is her thoughts, because she don't understand the game. She don't understand that this is just a pimp's job. This is just what pimps do. Comes with the territory. So it's nothing to get your panties in a bunch about, right? But she upset about this, right? So then she called the sucker. She called Kevin Costner. Now, like I said, pimping ain't did nothing out of line. He been totally smooth. But because he done popped at her one too many times, which might only be one time. One time might be one too many. Or, 2 or 3 times, whatever. For whatever reason, she don't like the fact Pimp is saying something to her. So she called the sucker, and she gives him just the right story to make him come with the type of energy that she want him to come with. Even though Pimpin' ain't did nothing of the sort. Daddy, you need to come say something to this nigga, or you need to come do something to this nigga, because he won't leave me alone. He jumped out the car and chased me. Then he said, yeah, bitch, call your nigga. I'll fuck you and him up. And Daddy, he don't even know who he dealing with. I tried to tell him, but he said he don't care about none of that. He said, come outside and you gonna see what's happening. Then he put it on his set and this, that, and the third, because she know you's a sucker. She know that that's the right thing to say, to push your buttons to get you to come out with your guns blazing. You know what I mean? And then because she painted the picture to you in a certain type of way, you don't even want to hear what Pimpin' got to say. You ain't even going to take the time to do your due diligence and figure out that this bitch just made up a totally false story just so you can come do something to this man. You know what I mean? And this is because you done created a monster. You know what I mean? You keep drinking this chick's bath water. You keep putting her toes in your mouth. You know what I mean? You keep kissing the ground that she walk on. And she can do no wrong in your eyes. And she knows she got you eating out the palm of her hand. So she knows just what to say to get you to come out, on gangster time with the pimping. A lot of y'all dudes did have your girlfriend call you like that, and then you pop out on some bullshit. A lot of y'all don't even think about the fact that, hey, maybe she lying, or maybe she exaggerating the story. Maybe she's saying this because she know what type of guy I am, and she know I'm with the bullshit, and she know I'm gonna come, shooting first, asking questions last. Maybe because she know that about me, she know what to say to me in order to get me to come on that type of time. And if you coming on that type of time, you really ain't got no business in the game. Because what you don't understand is, it's so many chicks who done did this before. It's so many P's that I can name. I'm not going to, but it's so many P's that I can name that done crashed out like that. And you got one pimp in the graveyard, and you got another pimp in the penitentiary, ain't gonna never get out. And guess what that broad doing? She done went and chose up with another sucker, and she gonna put somebody else in the same situation. You know what I mean? And and cats who do that don't understand the type of monster they create. Because if a chick do that, if she gets you to come out and do something to the pimping, you know what I mean, and delete him, and you Xing yourself out the situation because you're gonna be gone forever. She feels empowered by that type of stuff. And the cold part about it, the bitches who do that type of stuff, they don't even make no real money. That's the craziest part about it. These dudes be crashing out over a bum that don't make no money. Straight bums. As my brother would say, beautiful trash. Some of them don't even be beautiful. They just be trash. But some of these guys just be happy to say they got somebody in the game, somebody that's active, But hey, man, it's okay to maintain your balls, man. A lot of cats don't understand that they giving up their balls to these chicks. But hey, man, pay attention to yourself. You know, if that chick can call you and you ain't putting no pressure on her, see, because the pressure is supposed to be on her. And it's not no unbearable pressure. It's not no pressure that's just too much for her to handle. It's called responsibility. See, a lot of people don't like the word pressure. A lot of people don't like the word responsibility too. But I think people accept the word responsibility better than they accept pressure. But that's really what it is, though. You know, it's responsibility. And it's a certain type of pressure to come with it. It's just called staying in pocket and getting in a hoe's place, which is in the trick's face. And that's how you're going to get pimping off your heels. You know? And when you do that, when you lace them that way, you maintain your balls, she going to respect you, and it's going to be all good, man. You know? But yeah, man. But see, cats don't understand that you can appreciate a chick without praising a chick. You can appreciate a chick without worshiping a chick. Right? A lot of cats don't understand the difference. See, like let me explain a scenario, right? This is what cats who praise a chick and worship a chick do. You got some cats that'll knock a chick, right? They'll knock a chick. The chick ain't even made no real money, you know. So they going. The first step is wrong already right there because they accepting this chick with little to no money. So she coming in with little to no money, and then, you know, the chick might not be coming with too much of nothing. She might not really have no clothes like that. She might not really have, you know, her hair might need to get done. Her nails might need to get done, you know. Now, in today's times, you really need to leave a chick like that alone. She really want to be by herself, so you need to just let her be by herself, right? But a lot of cats be trying to work miracles and shit like that. But nonetheless, you take this chick, she come with little to no money. She need her hair done, nails done, she need clothes, all the shit, right? So you put her down, and as soon as she make a little bit of change, first thing you do is take her to the nail shop. First thing you do is take her to get an outfit, take her to get her hair done, right? If she makes $600, you gonna spend the whole $600 back on her. Then you might even dig off in your pocket a little bit because you telling yourself, okay, she made some money, so at least I know she willing to get down and hand it over. So yeah, it's okay if I dig in my pocket a little bit, spend what she made plus dig in my pocket a little bit. You know? Hey, man, take it from a seasoned pimp. That shit never works. Never. You know? That's that praising shit. That's that worshiping shit. It never works. Right? And, you know, she might be coming in the door like that. Like, oh, you know, like when she come through, she come through with only a few hundred or something like that or whatever the case. And she like, oh, I need to get my hair done. You know, my last folks, he won't give me my clothes back. He threw them away or he gave them away to somebody else. I need some clothes. And she coming in the door immediately talking about all the shit that she need, right? She ain't asked you at all about what you need. She don't even care about what you need because she ain't even inquiring about what you need, right? Or what type of responsibilities you got. She ain't trying to understand none of that. All she thinking about is what she need, right? And because she pressing you about it, as soon as she make a few little dollars, and you know, I get it. You want her to be presentable and things like that. You want her to feel good about herself. But what you don't understand is you have to position her to earn that. Because 9 times out of 10, if she come through the door with little to no money, talking about all this shit that she need, and ain't inquired at all about what you need, she don't care about you. She don't appreciate you. Right? But you gonna break your neck. You gonna jump through flaming hoops and swim through quicksand in order to make sure she's straight, even though she not returning the favor. So again, like I said, as soon as she give you a few little dollars, you immediately spending it right back on her. You know what usually happens in them type of situations, man? Yeah, she gonna be gone with the wind much sooner than later. Chicks like that usually don't stay down. They don't appreciate that. You thinking to yourself like, oh, she got down and she made a few dollars even though she fucked up, you know what I mean? And she's showing some effort to hand it over to me. So, you know, I'm gonna show her that I appreciate her, and I'm gonna spend this little trap. And it ain't a whole lot of money anyway. You know what I mean? Even if I had to dig in my pocket $100 or $200 or whatever the case may be, ain't no big deal. You creating a monster, or you fueling a monster that the last cat created. You intensifying the monster within her. Right? And so that's one end of the spectrum, you know, praising her and worshiping her to the point where you just giving her too much for too little, too soon. Now, the way a seasoned pimp gonna handle that situation, first of all, he not even gonna take her in the door until she make a sufficient trap, right? Pimp ain't finna be dealing with these stragglers and shit, man. And see, pimps gotta stop doing that shit, man. And I'd have been guilty of it myself before, but pimp ain't on that no more, man. Pimp done grew out of that type of shit, man. But listen, man, I know it's still a lot of cats doing that type of shit. Hey, if that bitch say she a hoe, if she says that she's a hoe, hey, man, don't take her with nothing. Don't even take her with something next to nothing. Don't take her with crumbs, kibbles, and bits. Hey, let her get down. Even if she ain't got no, even if she need her hair done, even if the outfit that she got ain't cool, even if she only got the clothes on her back, hey, man, you got to ask yourself, what would she do if she didn't have nobody to choose? If she didn't have nobody in mind to choose, what would she do for herself? Because you ain't even got to you yet. What would she do for herself? You don't even know, because you haven't taken the time to get her to show you what she'll do for herself. Right? Because see, any type of respectable hoe in the game, she not going to allow herself to be like that for too long. Because first of all, she definitely want to end up choosing with somebody. But before she could choose with somebody, she got to get a decent trap together. And a part of getting a decent trap together is getting her presentation together. So she gon' make it happen. She gonna charge it to a trick. She ain't gonna charge it to you. If she need her hair done, she gonna charge it to a trick. She needed her nails done, she gonna charge it to a trick. She need an outfit, she gonna charge it to a trick. Any chick that's trying to charge it to you, she ain't serious about your pimping. And she don't appreciate you. And she really don't even appreciate her hoeing. She don't appreciate herself. Right? But so with that being said, if a chick on your line talking about she want to get with you and all that type of stuff, man, hey, charge that chick, man. Don't take that chick with no kibbles and bits. You know? Because the way you respect and appreciate yourself is the same way she gonna respect and appreciate you. So if you come in the door not respecting and appreciating yourself, guess what she gonna do? How you expect her to take you more seriously than you take yourself? Because you ain't taking yourself seriously if you allow her to come with nothing, or even with some kibbles and bits. You ain't taking yourself seriously, man. So you got to put her in a position to prove herself and earn that type of treatment from you. You know, because there's a such thing as, you know, appreciating your peoples, taking care of your peoples, making sure they got their hair done, nails done, outfits, all the shit. That's basic That's basic stuff. That's not even no extraordinary treatment. But that's basic stuff. And, you know, P gonna make sure his people's got the basic stuff that they need. But this is somebody who's already shown you that they give a damn about you, like you showing them that you give a damn about them. She's already proven herself to you. She's already proven herself. She's already proven the fact that if you fall off and lose everything, she gonna ride with you. She gonna be right there helping you put the bricks back together and building shit up from the ground up. She's already proven that she's gonna be right there with you. See that chick who come through the door with nothing, and then as soon as she make a few dollars, you spending it right back on her. You don't know that if you fall off and lose everything, that she gonna be right there with you. You know, getting her hands dirty, building back up from the ground up with you. You don't know that. But I know what's going to happen. She going to be gone with the wind. You don't know that, but I know that. You don't know that. So what you supposed to do in that type of situation, like I said, chick get on your line, she ain't got nothing, she busted and disgusted. Hey, man, put her down and keep her down. You know what I mean? Have her get down and stay down until she got it together. You know, and then after she done got herself together, after she done charged it all to a trick, got her hair, nails, outfit together and all that type of stuff, you know, a few little outfits to get through. And then on top of that, she got a sufficient trap for you and she come through the door with that. Then you know you working with something. Because see, that's one thing about a hoe, man. Hey, let me tell you something about real hoes, man, that a lot of people don't understand. Even chicks in the game, this selling their little twat, that handing it over to their boyfriend and stuff, even they don't understand because they don't know what it feel like. Hey, when a real 304 is digging on some ism, hey man, she wanna play a part in him shining. You know, hoes love to see a pimp shining and being able to say to themselves, you know what, I played a part in that. You know, when they see a pimp looking good and smelling good and he's shining and he just the flyest thing down, and she able to look at him and be able to say, you know what, yeah, I played a part in that. I treated him to that. You know what I mean? I took the game that he gave me. I took the guidance that he gave me. And this is how I return the favor. By making sure that he's shining. Making sure that he fly as hell. Making sure that his spirits is up and that he feel great and fantastic about his pimping. Hey, that's what makes a real 304 feel great. You know what I mean? They love that shit. So if a chick don't come through the door with that type of energy, you know what I mean? If she don't come through the door when you in a Cadillac and she saying to herself, I want to see you in that brand new big body, that 2024. I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that you riding like that, because that's how your pimping supposed to be riding. Bare minimum, you supposed to be in that 24 big body. Foreign thing. This lack is cool, but this ain't even fly enough for your pimping. You know, I'm finna get down and make sure that you riding the way that you supposed to. That's the type of energy that the real 304 gonna come with. And then to return the favor, pimping gonna appreciate that. The way she appreciating him, pimping gonna appreciate her. He gonna make sure that she riding clean as well. He gonna make sure she got a 24 as well. You know? But that's the type of energy that the 304 is supposed to have, man. And see, it goes hand in hand. Only a real pimp gonna make her feel like that. Let me talk to the 304s for a minute. Let me talk to the ladies in the game for a minute. Hey, only some real pimping gonna make you feel like that. Only some real pimping gonna have you on fire about this game like that. To where you sacrificing sleep, You enduring hunger. You sacrificing comfort to make sure that he's shining. You know, only some ism gonna make you feel like that. You know? For real. That's why if you don't feel like that, it's not to say that he not no ism. Y'all might just not have that type of harmony between each other, or you just might not recognize him for what he is because you don't understand the game the way that you're supposed to. So it's certain things within him that you can't appreciate because you looking at the game through the wrong lenses. You know what I mean? But if you learn to understand the game the way that you're supposed to, you're going to say to yourself like, damn, you know what? I've been seeking the wrong type of energy from him, you know? See, because it's the thing, right? A lot of chicks come into the game, you know, desiring for the pimping to treat them like they boyfriends treated them in the past. And that's the only thing they can comprehend is some boyfriend treatment, right? Because they coming into the game not understanding, okay, this is something totally different. So I got to take time to understand what this is so that I can, you know, maneuver in this game the way that I'm supposed to and get the most out of it like I'm supposed to, right? So you got chicks, man, that'll be with some cold, highly qualified ism, but can't appreciate him for what he is because she trying to get a certain type of behavior out of him that's not supposed to be, and it's never gonna come. You know? Because in the game, the ism is gonna bring the best out of you, right? And you're gonna be doing things that you never did before you got in the game. You're gonna be accomplishing things that you never did before you got in the game. You're gonna be touching money at a frequency and on a level that you never did before you got in the game, right? So, you know, that's a part of the appreciation that the ism is showing you, you know, lacing you and guiding you in order to do this kind of stuff, right? See, the boyfriend is showing you a different type of appreciation. The boyfriend, you know, he's taking care of you. He's the breadwinner in the situation. You know, baby, you know, lay back. You ain't gotta, you know, I got this. You know, he's the one going out, making it happen. And you can kick your feet up and be treated like a queen and a princess and all that old type of shit, right? But see, in the game, it's a different type of queen treatment that you're gonna get, right? You know, and it's a certain type of empowerment that you're gonna get from the game that the boyfriend ain't gonna give you. So it's not to say that the boyfriend treatment, you know, is not cool. If you want a boyfriend, or if you want that boyfriend treatment, you got to go get a boyfriend to treat you like that, right? But when you come into the game, you have to take the time to understand the game and understand what it means for a pimp to treat you a certain type of way. What it means for a pimp to appreciate you. It's no less than the treatment, the appreciation from a boyfriend. It's actually greater than the appreciation from the boyfriend. You know, because that boyfriend, right, he might take care of you. He might buy you nice things, take you out, do all kind of stuff for you. But when y'all part ways, what type of value are you taking with you? When you break up with that boyfriend, what type of value did he instill in you to make you a better woman, to empower you to do certain things when you go out and handle your business? Whatever it is, you know, what did he do to increase your value as a woman? See, that's the beautiful thing about messing with some pimping. The pimping, when you part ways with the pimping, your value is going to have increased tremendously from the time that you got with the pimping. Right? That's the appreciation. The type of appreciation that the pimping give you is going to stick with you. And it's not something that's just going to, it's like I said before, it's not something that's just so fleeting. It's going to stick to your ribs. Right? Man, you mean to tell me it's 280 y'all up in here and only 167 to wipe their feet off at the door? Come on, man. Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button. Put some more of this good old love in my body. It's H to the Izzo. And yeah, I don't want y'all to get it twisted, right? It's not to say that a square in a boyfriend can't instill certain values in a woman that she can still maintain when they part ways with each other. It's not to say that. I'm just speaking on a certain type of distinguished appreciation that a P gives to a 304. You dig? Yeah, man. Excuse me, man. I'm reading some of these comments right here. But yeah, man. So a big part of understanding the difference between, praising the chick and appreciating the chick is, basically giving a certain type of behavior that's deserved. And if you just giving it out the gate, you don't even understand. You giving it out the gate and you ain't taking the time to allow her to prove herself, position her to prove herself, then you don't even understand if it's really deserved or not. But again, like I said, how they come through the door is really gonna say a whole lot. Shout out to the women that think big, man. Shout out to the women that don't expect a whole bunch of nothing for a whole bunch of something for nothing. Because those are the ones that just expect to be treated like a god, and it's for no reason. Like, why you think you supposed to be treated like that? You ain't did nothing. What have you done to deserve this type of treatment? And see, that's always a telltale sign, man. If you pay attention to people's language, man, I might have to do probably a separate video about interviews, about how what to look for in an interview, what type of questions to ask in an interview, because it's certain things that's gonna let you know a whole lot. Like I say all the time, the smallest gestures speak volumes in the character of an individual, right? But one thing that's crucial to pay attention to is language. And if you pay attention, it's unfortunate, man, but if you pay attention to a lot of these young chicks' language, man, it's all me, my, and I. Whenever they talk about something, it's me, my, I, mine. It's no us in their vocabulary. It's no our in their vocabulary. There's no we in their vocabulary. You know? For real. When you hear a lot of that me, my, I in their language, and then too, you know, when they don't even inquire about you, like they don't even care about what your desires are, what your ambitions are, what you want out the game, what you want out of life, you know, what type of things you want to accomplish, when they don't even care to understand that. But at the same time, they want you to understand whatever their little desires are. Yeah, man, that's somebody that's accustomed to dealing with a simp. Somebody that want to be praised and worshiped and don't have no appreciation and don't know the difference between praise and appreciation on her end. Yeah, man. So it's okay to appreciate somebody. It's definitely a beautiful thing when you appreciate somebody. But appreciation is a two-way street. Ain't no such thing as a one-way street called appreciation. You know, appreciation is a two-way street. The golden rule got to be observed, you know. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And see, it's a lot of simps that don't observe the golden rule. It's a lot of simps that treat chicks a certain way, but don't care about how they get treated in return. And that's why I say a lot of these cats is doormats for chicks. Straight doormat. Because, you know, a doormat don't care how you treat it. The doormat just there to treat you a certain type of way and provide a certain type of convenience for you. Right? The doormat is just there to have feet wiped off on them. But you ain't got to do nothing in return to the doormat. You ain't got to treat the doormat special. You know, some people don't even have enough decency to shake the doormat off every once in a while and freshen it up. You know what I mean? Some people just step, wipe with the doormat. But you know, the doormat don't have no type of requirements, no desires. That's why I say a lot of cats be doormats to the chick, man. They just let the chick have their way with them and don't care about how they're how they treat it in return or how they appreciate it in return. That's a doormat. And it's crucial, man. It's crucial that you observe the golden rule. Ain't nothing wrong with the golden rule. The golden rule is a beautiful thing. You know? And see, that's why I hope a lot of especially young ladies is listening, man. Because it's sad, man, but you know, a lot of these young chicks, they got a cold power of influence on these guys, man. I need to probably make a whole nother video about that, but these chicks got a whole strong power of influence on these guys that this shouldn't even be. It's crazy, man. But maybe if some of these young chicks get laced a certain way and start behaving a certain way, you know, they'll influence these guys to be better. Basically, if some of these chicks, you know, start being better, maybe these guys will start being better too. It's a cold uphill battle, though. Cold uphill battle. Because these cats is catching grenades and putting their hands on blades. They doing everything, man. Jumping in front of trains. Yeah, man, they doing too much. Let me read some of these comments, man. If y'all got any questions, man, go ahead and ask them now. If I missed a question, you know, Freeze get into it, man. I get to popping it. I don't even be reading the comments, man. So if you got a question that I miss, go ahead and put it in the chat once again now, because I'm reading the comments now. Eric Moore say, I seen you put not only the videos back, but more since he passed, and I appreciate that, my brother. I truly do right now. This is 15, 16-year-old that need to hear his messages, bro. Okay, for sure. But yeah, I'm glad you noticed that the video's been back up, man, because it's crazy. Like, I still been having people getting at me like, man, when you gonna put sinful videos back up, man? Where his videos at, man? All you gotta do is pay attention and go to his channel and look, and you'll see. For those of y'all who ain't seen or haven't taken notice, if you go to Sinful to P's channel now, you'll see that a lot of his videos are back available for you to watch and enjoy. You dig? All you got to do is go to his lives and some of his short videos. Of course, y'all know he had more lives than anything, but if you go to his lives, you're gonna see. All you got to do is scroll through them, and you will see. Motor Culture says, I flat out ask, are you happy? What makes you happy? Men are taken aback. They think about it for a minute, laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah, and then a lot of cats be putting a certain type of pressure on themselves that's unhealthy. A lot of guys don't express themselves in certain type of ways. And a lot of guys don't even think about their own happiness. They be so busy praising and worshiping the chick and breaking their neck to make sure she happy. They don't even think about their own happiness. But that's unhealthy. Freeze, I was just going to humbly request you to do a live about that topic. Chicks who think they running things. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I definitely could do that, because I could go deep on that topic. Could you do a live on males who give chicks too much power? Chicks who think they running things, the reason and cause? Indeed. When is the proper time to reward a student for her efforts? It's not so much a time thing. It's because you could have somebody for an extended period of time that may not give you that feeling, or may not prove certain things that some people prove right away. See, the key to understanding what people deserve is sacrifice. That's one of the main things that a lot of people are not willing to do, is make certain sacrifices for the next person. So when you know how to position a chick to make certain sacrifices, because you're going to make sacrifices. It's kind of in a guy's nature to make certain sacrifices, man. But, when you figure out how to position her to make certain sacrifices and mainly certain comforts, then you could, but you got to make sure the reward is fitting with the, basically you got to make sure that they earn that reward. So like I said, it's not really a time thing. It's just, for me, it's a sacrifice thing. Like, what kind of sacrifices are being made? One of them sacrifices, one of the biggest sacrifices, is consistency. Being consistent. Because in order to be consistent, you're going to sacrifice comforts. You're going to sacrifice certain urges, certain temptations, all kind of stuff. In order to be consistent, a lot of times you're going to have to, like I was talking about, I think last night, I was talking about how, Your feelings got to be subordinate to what's important, you know? And like, stuff like, you might chew your peoples out about something. You might get on her head about something and chew her out, and she might be upset about it or whatever. She might not be in the best mood, or she might even be mad at you. She might be mad at you for one reason or another, right? But in spite of her being mad, because a lot of chicks, when they get mad, they ain't gonna handle their business. They gonna shut down. But that's one of the main things that'll show you that somebody is deserving of appreciation, when they can still handle their business, when they can still stand and deliver, when they can perform above and beyond in spite of how they feel. She might be tired, she might be mad, she might be hungry, she might be whatever, but she's staying down and handling business in spite of how she feels. That's when you know you really got you one, man. When she go through something on the track, or she go through something at that end call. Somebody at the end call, because, I got to talk about that too. People be acting like the track is just the most dangerous place and the internet is just the safest, sweetest, most copacetic place. Hey, but man, a lot of shit be happening in them hotel rooms too. You dig? But whatever the case, whether she on the track, in call, or whatever, when she go through certain shit, she might, a trick might do something to her, cause her harm, or he might rob her, or whatever the case may be. And she dust herself off and keep it pushing and handle her business in spite of that. That's when you know you really got you one. Because life ain't always up. Life comes with ups, downs, and turnarounds. It's a roller coaster for real. So when you see that somebody is willing to go through that and have those feelings, those emotions, because that shit, is going to fuck with a chick for sure. And see, that's what you got to understand about as the pimping too, right? This is what you got to understand, man. See, because a lot of times, and I've been guilty of it, that's how I know, that's how I can speak on it, right? But a lot of times a chick will go through something on the track, right? That's just like, for instance, I remember one time I had a chick, she was down on OBT, right? She was in Orlando. And I was, I think, in California, or Vegas. I was somewhere on the West Coast, right? And she had a situation with this trick where I can't remember if he was trying to rob her or do something, but she got out the car. Mind you, she got stilettos on. She got out the car and she was running away from him, and he got out the car and tackled her from behind down into the dirt. You know what I mean? And she was scraped up a little bit, you know what I mean? But she went back to her room, dusted herself off, licked her wounds, got back down, and made she had already made, I think, like 2,000 by that point. She went and made another band on top of that and had like a $3,000 night on the track, you know what I mean? So when she did that, because she did it with such ease, at least it appeared to me like she did it with such ease. Like she was a little shook up, but she still handled her business, right? So the way she kept it pushing after that, like, of course I checked on her, made sure she was good and everything, but I didn't really think about how traumatic that might have been for her, because she didn't really talk about it after that, right? You know what I mean? And I thought about it later on, because later on we was talking and she didn't have, she wasn't with me no more. And we was talking, this is like years later, and she was just talking about certain experiences in the game and how certain shit affected her, right? And, I never thought about it in real time, but when she explained that to me, that was a lesson for me. You know what I mean? That just because a hoe might go through something, right? And she shake that shit off and keep it pushing and keep handling her business, you got to understand it's still a woman at the end of the day. This still a female, and certain shit be affecting them in ways that they like, they kind of suppress they feelings, but it's imperative for you as the ism, as her folks, to like really address that and make sure that it's not weighing her down. Make sure that it's not be affecting her, that it's not a certain type of trauma that's messing her head up in a certain type of way. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that she's mentally healthy after and emotionally healthy after certain things. You know what I mean? Because pimping, we see chicks go through certain shit in the game and be like, man, she just went through whoop and she just brushed that shit off like it wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? That's how it looks from the outside looking in, but this still a woman at the end of the day. Even though she might be moving like she's a machine, it's still a woman. You got to keep that in mind, and you can't allow the appearance of things to fool you into thinking that, this ain't affecting her deeply like it might really be. You dig? Yeah, like First Down say, you got to make sure they straight. Indeed. Hey, give me just a second. I'm going to take a quick intermission, and I'm going to be right back, man. Y'all stay right there. And if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain, please do so now. I'll be right back. It's one of them joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism, right? Play this shit right here, resuscitate your pimping and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, just that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here and spark up your hoeing and get you right back going, you dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them fag bitches pedal for them portions. My whores win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like them renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks but never getting paid riches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without. Bitch, one strike you out. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga. Can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga. See, that's the difference, nigga. The pimpin' mashing for these riches, nigga. Nothing like you master magician, niggas. Smoking mirrors with your game. Hella extras to reflect the opposite appearance of a lame. Bitches coming from y'all, I can't rock with those. Tender-footed and rooted in them doctor shows. Soft shoe rituals, minute residuals. Papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earn route and working with turnouts is murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scarred bitch. That's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless, empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with pimpathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced in permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard I make a trapping ass bad bitch wanna hold hard. Can't stop, won't stop. All right, I'm back with y'all, man. Let me read some more of these comments and answer a few questions before we wrap this thing up. Y'all already know, man, if you ain't wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. What I mean by that, hit that like button. reading these comments, y'all. Excuse my pimping. Let me see. Game Time says, question, freeze. Will you be doing any collaborations with anyone on YouTube, far as 16s or just regular dating coaches? Yeah, I'm willing to do collabs. You know, I ain't had nobody reach out to me. The only people I have actually collaborated with, of course, is Sinful to P, and then O'Shea. Even though me and O'Shea Duke Jackson, we ain't did nothing in a long while, but I have collaborated with him before. But yeah, I'd be willing to collaborate with certain individuals, for sure. Mr. PT Glow say, set certain checkpoints. Example, 10K reached. Okay, I'm going to get you a little something you like. Yeah. But I don't see, it's a tricky situation. Just putting a certain dollar amount on things, right? Because, man, it's just so many things that you got to pay attention to and look for in a chick to see that she's really deserving of certain things, man, because you got chicks that'll give you a whole bunch of money and then put you in a jam. You dig? You got certain chicks that'll give you a whole bunch of money and then you spend a chunk of it on them, and then you spend some of it on yourself and handle certain responsibilities, then they'll blow. You know what I mean? So you just gotta pay attention to certain things, and then also make sure you got all your affairs in order. Responsibilities first, you dig? What are your go-to questions when vetting a lady for your game? Again, as Sinful to P say, a lot of times, man, it's not always what you say, but what you don't say that answers questions, man. So, a lot of times, I'm gonna be paying attention to what's not being said and what's not being done to answer certain questions for me. But, you know, everybody's value system is different. Everybody value different things. So your questions and the answers that you're looking for got to be based on your values. What's important to you? You know, if your health is important to you, then you're going to learn as much as you can about her health to make sure that it's in harmony with your health. If your freedom is important to you, then you're going to, you know, try to do your best to figure out how she values not just her own freedom, but yours as well. You know, if cleanliness is important to you, you're going to pay attention and understand how important it is to her, and so on and so forth, you know. Responsibilities, ambitions, goals, inspiration, you know, independent thinking. It's just so much, man, you know. But whatever you value, you know, base your questions on that, or not even just necessarily questions, because like I said, a lot of times it's what they don't say that answers questions. So how those questions get answered is by positioning the chick a certain type of way to prove certain things to you or answer certain questions for you, you know. Like, for instance, you know, you might ask a chick, is she the type to stay down for long periods of time, right? She might say yes. But you'll never really know until you test it. So you'll save yourself some breath by not even asking her that question and just putting her to the test and seeing if she can stay down. You know? So, cause Somebody could, a chick will say anything out their mouth, but the proof is in the pudding. You dig? Tyler Anderson, good looking with the $2 holler. You dig? P, you need to make a video to that song. Shit hard. For sure. Good looking. Freeze, did you redo something on that song or no? Maybe I could just be hearing through a new set of ears. Sounds real good. I appreciate you, but no, I didn't remaster it or do anything to it or nothing like that. It's still the same original version that it's been. But of course, it might sound different because there's been times, you've been around for a minute, so a lot of times where, like, say I'll be live and I'll be playing it from the speakers around me. Like if I'm in the car, I might play it from the stereo system of the car, as opposed to right now when I play it, it's playing in the system of the software that I'm using to go live. You know what I mean? So of course it's gonna sound clearer and better like that, as opposed to hearing it through a live stereo system wherever I'm at. You know what I mean? That's probably why it sounds better to you. The Biddy Man says, starting this morning workout with hydrated game. You dig? Good looking. Appreciate it. Everything ain't about money, but you can but you can definitely see the small gestures speak volumes about a person's character. Now, put those eternal classics that's Sinful to P, Philip Brandon Gilmore love. Indeed. James Payne Lethal, good looking with the $2 holler. You dig? Thank you for that, P. It's all good. It's my pleasure. Yeah, man. Square from Delaware say, Eric Moore, all videos are up. Now, all of the videos ain't up, but a lot of them are. A lot of y'all's favorite Sinful to P videos that were unlisted not too long ago are back available now. All you got to do is go to his channel and look. You're going to see a whole bunch of your favorite videos back up. All you got to do is go over there and look, man. We gonna blow. G says, what's up, Freeze, man? How has life tested your confidence? Because I know me as a man with a physical disability, with a physical disability, how would one deflect the haters, man, figure out how to make it fall on deaf ears or something? Are you talking about, like, haters saying something about your disability? See, what you got to understand is that, oh shit, pressing buttons. What you got to understand, we gonna blow, is that even if you were perfect, somebody is going to have a negative opinion about you. So you got to, if you feeling some type of way, if that's affecting your confidence, it's because you're putting more value into their opinions than you are about your belief in yourself. Because one thing for sure is that yourself better than anybody who has a negative opinion about you, right? They don't know you nearly half as good as you know yourself. So because you know yourself so well, you understand your value. You understand what makes you important. You understand what makes you powerful. You understand what you're capable of, right? So because you understand these things, you got to keep in mind, you got to ask yourself, like if somebody say something to you about your disability, right? How does that change who you are? How does that change what you're capable of? How does that change your power? Because yeah, you might have a particular physical disability, but that one physical disability doesn't compare to the endless abilities that you do have. You talking about one disability versus a million abilities, right? See, you magnifying that disability and making it bigger than what it really is. You know what I mean? When you putting a magnifying glass on that disability, it's going to look bigger than what it actually is, right? But when you take the magnifying glass away from that disability, and at the same time that you see that disability, you see all the abilities that you have, that disability is going to be much smaller in the grand scheme of things, right? So you got to look at it from that standpoint. Don't forget your value. Don't forget what you're capable of. Don't forget your power. Don't forget what makes you important. And once you keep that firmly imprinted on your mind, hey man, fuck what somebody else got to say. And then furthermore, this is what you got to understand, right? Hey, them people, everybody who got something to say about your disability, they have a disability they damn self. They have a weakness themselves. So in order to pacify their weakness, they try to rob you of your strength, right? Because see, people that's in tune with their strength, people that's not, driven by weakness, hey man, we don't have time to like try to nitpick at somebody and focus on somebody's imperfections and try to magnify that and put the focus on that and put a lot of energy into that. People that aren't driven by weaknesses, we don't do that. So you got to think about that. That's what you're not thinking about too. That's another thing to make you feel some type of way whenever somebody says something to you about your disability. But this is what I want you to keep in mind. Next time somebody says something to you about your disability, keep that in mind. Think about why they taking the time out to do that. Happy people. People that love themselves. Ask yourself if any of the people that that love themselves would take out the time to do something like that. Nah, man. That's somebody that's miserable. That's somebody that don't like themselves. And people who don't like themselves, the only way they can even halfway for a split second get a taste of what it feels like to like themselves is to get you to join them in their misery. You know what I mean? Especially if they see you happy, they over there like, oh, this nigga over here with this disability, man. He over there smiling and shit and enjoying life, man. Fuck this nigga, man. I'm finna say something to him, man. I'm finna make him join me in my misery, man. I'm over here. I ain't got no physical disabilities, man. And he's still over there happier than me, man. Fuck that. I'm finna make him join me in my misery. That's how you got to look at it. Because that's really what it is. They want you to join them in their misery because they have a disability to their damn self. And what it is an inability to be happy, an inability to love themselves, an inability to appreciate their life. See, because people that, like I said, people that ain't driven by weaknesses and people that ain't miserable, see, this one thing about being happy, right? It's infectious. It's contagious. You want other people to be happy. When you really happy, you don't want to just be happy by yourself. You want to make the people around you happy too. If you strong, you don't want to just be strong by yourself. You want to make the people around you strong too. You want to empower them. You dig? So again, like I said, the next time somebody say something to you about your weakness, don't get distracted by what they saying. Look past what they saying and see who's saying it, and understand how weak that person is, how small that person is, how miserable that person is. That's what they are. That's what it takes for somebody to do that. It takes a small, weak, miserable person to point out something about you this irrelevant. Like, what that got to do with anything? What that got to do with me handling my business? What that got to do with me being great? You know what I mean? What that got to do with you being great? Why you focused on that? Why you worried about that? You need me to pray for you, man? What's happening? You know what I mean? You need some change? I'll give you a few dollars. You hungry? You want something to eat, man? What's going on? Yeah, have you eaten today? You know what I mean? You need to take a shower or something, man? What's going on? You funky? What's happening, man? You know, that's how you handle that, man. Shit. Like I said, man, the next time somebody say something to you about that, keep in mind, they smaller than you. They weaker than you. They more miserable than you. That's why they saying something to you, because they trying to make you as small, weak, and miserable as they are. They want you to join them. So when they say shit like that, man, you got to carry your own weather with you wherever you go, man. You got to carry that sunshine with you no matter where you at. Even when you go into the darkest places around the darkest people, you got to keep that weather with you, man. You can't let them phase you and adopt their weather and get up under their clouds. Hell no. What you look like doing that? You dig? But like I said, man, next time somebody say something to you about that shit, keep that in mind. Next time somebody say something to you about that shit, you're going to be like, this small motherfucker. Po baby. They so small and weak and tender. Oh, look at this. Oh, they so small and so weak and so sad and so miserable. They just had to say something to me about me. Oh, look at this little soft motherfucker. This little weak baby. Oh, you know. Right, indeed. Lead beyond pain. Sinful to P. You dig. Freeze, are you a computer/tech geek? Nah, man. I don't know if you asking that because of like my little setup or whatever. But nah, I'm not no wizard or nothing like that when it comes to computers. I'm just the type of person, man. This is one thing about me, right? When I want to do something, I just do it. It don't matter if I don't know how to do it at the time. When I want to get it done, I'm going to figure out how to do it, right? Because whenever you say, I don't know how to do this, what you're really saying is, I don't want to do this. So I don't say, I don't know how to do this or I don't know how to do that. It's just a matter of if I want to or not. So if I don't know how to do something, it's because I don't want to do it. And if I want to do something that I at the current time don't know how to do, because I want to do it, I'm going to figure out how to do it. So, you know, little shit that I be doing, I just figure out how to do it. I just teach myself how to do it. Yeah, man. Thanks, Freeze, for real game. Indeed, man. It's my pleasure. Tony Costello, Savannah, Georgia, representing. Blessings to the game. Indeed, you dig? Savannah in the house. We're gonna blow G say right, and that be killing me because I know they didn't face what I face. I'm fly and I fly high. You right, man. For real, I'm very valuable. I'm tired. I'm tired of pressing people, you know. Yeah, man, you ain't gotta press nobody, man. Shit. You just gotta keep in mind, you know, that they not what they appear to be. They're a lot smaller than how they look. You know what I mean? You know how when you look in the rearview mirror, it makes stuff look bigger than what it really is. That's how them people be, man. Let's see. Like the guy with the thick glasses eating a banana on belly. Isaac, for real. That's some real talk. Motor culture say right. Right there what Freeze said is the exact formula of as to why I don't ever get in my feelings about what negative things people have to say about me. I don't give a fuck. For real. Especially in today's times, man. See, you know, when it wasn't so when you didn't get to see so many people's thoughts and feelings at one time, because that's what social media do now, right? It puts so many people's opinions in your face at one time. So you know how everybody feels, you know what's on everybody's mind, you know what everybody got to say, and not just what they got to say, but what they got to say about 1,000 different things. You know what I mean? Like all of us got social media accounts. You can go to any given person's social media account and see what their opinion is about 1,000 different topics, right? So, you know, before it wasn't like that. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. So it was more understandable back in the day if you allow somebody's opinion to affect you. But now, it's so many people like me, for instance, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many people that got something bad to say about me. Like, that's why I'm numb to the shit. Like, I don't give a damn. I mean, I always really didn't give a damn, but even more so now. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many people got something to say. Like, I really don't give a damn. For real. And then, see, this is what you got to understand too, right? When somebody got some hater shit to say about you, right? If you try to appease that person or those people or that group of people, say you got 20 people over here saying something about you, right? If you try to appease those 20 people, guess what? It's going to rub these other 1,000 people over here the wrong way, and they going to have something to say about you. Then when you try to appease those 1,000, this other 2,000 over here going to get rubbed the wrong way. You know what I mean? It's just like what it reminds me of, right? I remember my one of my best friends, right? We like brothers. My homie Cam, right? Shout out to my brother Cam. He got twin sons, right? And they grown now. They like, Cam and Kahari got to be like 21. They like 21, 22 years old, right? But I remember when they was babies, right? When they was newborns. And the homie Cam, I'll be at his house and he'll be tending to his sons, right? They twins, right? And they babies. They like months old. And, you know, they'll both be crying. They need their diapers changed, right? And he'll be changing one's diaper and the other one will be crying. And then when he get done with the one's diaper, he'll start changing the other one's diaper and the other one will be crying. And I used to look at that shit like, damn, man, he a cold man. You know, I had to tip my hat to him. But I say that to say that's how these people is. They just like them babies, man. They like having, you know, twins or triplets or quadruplets or whatever, having a group of babies that you're trying to tend to, man. Somebody always gonna be crying. You know what I mean? But the difference is these is grown people. They not babies, so you ain't got to tend to them like you got to tend to your babies. You know what I mean? But if you try to tend to somebody that's grown and crying about something, you gonna make somebody else cry. Somebody always gonna be crying. So it ain't no point in trying to please everybody. You know what I mean? Just let them cry. Shit with their grown ass. They gonna cry, let them cry. Oh shit. Let's see. Like 50 said in Hustler's Ambition, like fire needs the air. I won't burn unless you're there. I need you to hate. Yeah, he sampled that from Frankie Beverly and Maze, though. You dig? Give you a little history lesson, Mr. PT Glow. That little part right there. Like a fire needs the air. I won't burn unless you're there. You're there. That's Frankie Beverly singing that. You know what I mean? That's from Frankie Beverly and Maze, you dig? You go listen to them, man, you gonna hear some classics. That's one of my favorite bands, man, of all time, Frankie Beverly and Maze, man. You could just press play on they shit and just let it go. You ain't gotta skip nothing. They whole catalog, you ain't gotta skip nothing. You know what I mean? Now, some people got an album where you ain't got to skip nothing, but it ain't too many people that got a full catalog where you ain't got to skip nothing. Frankie Beverly and Maze, you could just play their whole catalog, man. You ain't got to skip. You ain't got to press the skip button not one time. They cold. You dig? Tony Costello say, and that's why you keep them in your rear view. There's nothing that shows a man's principles. There's nothing that shows a man's principles and why Sinful said it before it happened and you stood like the brother he said you were. I appreciate you, man. Good looking on that. Beverly, I know a couple that started in late 20s. Nothing wrong with that. You got at least 5 good years in you. Who's that? Oh, I see the message was deleted. I didn't even get to see the message. But it's all good. All right, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. Because y'all know we can sit here and chop this game all day, all night. But I'm going to have to wrap this thing up. And I appreciate y'all, man. If you ain't wiped your feet off at the door before you came in, wipe your feet off at the door on the way out. And I'm going to go ahead and put some love in my body before we wrap this thing up. You dig? Yes, indeedy. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. I appreciate the comments, questions, input, feedback. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate you subscribing and hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate the super chats, cash apps, PayPals. I appreciate your support in every which way that you come with it, man. Y'all already know who it is and what it is, man. Freeze is it. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.